I was at the barber shop the other day getting my hair cut, and a brother came up to me and asked me, Freeman, when is the recession going to come to an end? And I looked at him and told him, it's very simple, brother. You just look at the dollar menu. And he was shocked and couldn't understand why I was using the dollar menu. But I said, never in your life have you seen so many things under $5. Never in your life has McDonald's offered so many items for under $1. They were the first ones to react to the recession. You should have saw it coming just looking at McDonald's. They dropped that dollar menu first. Everybody else had to jump on board. The reason why we use McDonald's as an example is they are worldwide. In China, they could tell you what's going down, how many apple pies aren't being bought. In Korea right now, they could tell you they don't like chicken McNuggets. In Russia right now, they could tell you they don't like McRibs. You dig? They're everywhere. They're in our neighborhoods too. Heavy in the game, making everybody fat and ugly. But you dig, they're still there, and they're a good marker for everyone to tell. So I use McDonald's primarily to let you know when these cats get rid of these menus, when Quiznos gets rid of the $3 bullet and a $4 torpedo and whatever the military cat who run Quiznos is going to come up with next, the $5 Scud missile. When Subway stop having black people pimping out our churches, taking our congregations out and have them singing in church robes about chicken and turkeys and wheat bread, you dig, $5 footlong commercials. When KFC stopped having these, I don't know if you want to call them racist, but it's borderline, with the Asian people looking like show-nuffs or shoguns in the game, you dig, dancing for grilled chicken. When Joe Claire kind of let me down on that, when Joe Cleasy, my boy from Rap City, when he's there, you dig, over there dancing the turkey neck dance, talking about no one could take his bucket. You dig? That's when you know what I'm saying? I can't knock Joe Claire. I love him. I see him out there hustling, brother. I see you on the progressive commercials. I see you everywhere, brother. You can't be stopped. I'm not going to knock your hustle. That was just a bad commercial for you to pick. But that is the marker for most people. That is the bare bones marker. Because most cats do not really understand the recession. They don't understand how when you watch TV right now, they'll tell you housing is looking up, or 7.2%, or the consumer confidence is coming back to school. You see what I'm saying? All these things make you think that we're around the corner. We aren't around the corner from anything, brother. We got a little ways to go. And the reason why I say that is, let's look at it as a simple example. A lot of people lost houses, a lot of foreclosures, right? Primarily in Cali and down there in Florida. Midwest is suffering heavy throughout all this stuff. Midwest is suffering. But you add that on to the fact that California, pretty rich state, we're about 12% unemployment. So that means there's a lot of cats here who are unemployed, right? So you do that as a general idea of the whole nation. And you say, the cats who lost their house, who had foreclosure, most likely went bankrupt, they can't buy a house for another 7 years. Period. They just can't even, I don't even know if they can rent an apartment, you did, because they either had to hop out of that foreclosure and get an apartment before their credit went to pot, you dig? So that's one group. Then you have the fact that you have all this unemployment making people unable to buy the houses. Now the government wants you to believe that we have so many private investors that they're just going to buy all these houses up, right? But the sheer number of them makes that impossible. So what do we have to do for this recession to be over? We have to wait for housing to get almost back to 2001 levels. You heard me right. Next time you have a chance, type in Zillow.com, Zillow.com. Put in the address of any house, okay? It's going to give you a 10-year chart. If you hit the button, 10-year chart, you're going to see where everything was in 2001. That's before this bubble started. Now, don't get me wrong, it might not get exactly down to 2001, but that's how much room we have to go backwards. and that might be $300,000 to $400,000, depending on where you're at. In Cali, we pretty rich on it. In other states, you might not be looking that big. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is, don't be the sucker going out here buying a house right now, thinking that we're so close to the end because everybody says it. You're gonna buy your house for $200. In 2012, it's gonna be worth $100. So if you still playing that game, saying I'm gonna buy all these houses and I'm gonna flip them, you a sucker in the game for even thinking about it. What you should be doing is this: hold on to your chips, hold on to your money. You dig? Stack change. You know what I'm saying? Now the bank's not going to give you anything, because the game is right now, the bank is giving you 1% interest. You can do better than that, homie, in just about any other thing. You can put that in the stock market right now. I think you can make 1%. Let me hook you up a little bit with the stock market, or let me help you a little bit. I'm not a stock market analyst. So the first one, let's say Ford. On a previous blog, I told everyone I knew, get Ford at $1. I think it's about $7.71 right now. It would have flipped on you 7 times, partner, if you would have just held strong. My reason for choosing Ford was telling people they did not take the bailout. They are a strong company. GM took a bailout. Chrysler took a bailout. Everybody you know took a bailout. Ford was just getting hit because they happen to be in America. Sometimes, you know, the good got to suffer with the bad. They just happen to be here. So their stock went all the way down to $1. I picked up, yes sir, 7 times the chips on that one. You dig? I did hold on tight. The other one I was telling people to do is Sirius XM. Right now, I think it's only hovering around 70 cents. The reason why I said this is a long-term hold on this. You buy Sirius XM, and the car market is going to return. Whether those cars are big, giant Escalades, or whether those cars are those neutered mobiles that most people buy, those Priuses. I can't buy one. My manhood is challenged by being in a neutered mobile. You dig? They clip the nuts. I can't be in that car, dog. You dig? But it doesn't matter. They're still going to play XM and Sirius. So that one is a long-term hold. It's a cheap buy-in, $100 right now. When it gets to $7, what is that? 10 times your money? You're going to make a G just by sitting on it. But that's a 5-year hold. Other people I know they're investing in GM and the bankruptcy. I mean, I'm not really into the bankruptcy game, but I know GM, they slimmed down, and I think the stock is about 35 cents. You might want to get in. I mean, you know, people don't think that they have enough money. You put $100 in here a month, partner. You got 100, okay? Put $100 in there a month. And when these numbers hit, you're going to have a stack of chips that people just, it's unreal, because they just not going to believe that you were on it that early. That's what you should do. $100 on the side right now. So if you wanted to do something right now to really make money, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but I got to give it to you straight. You should start a business. If you can figure out right now how to start a business, how to make people come out of their pockets for chips right now, for them to pay you for your services, you're going to be a rich man in 2012, a rich woman in 2012. You dig? Because if you can get people right now, and this is what I call the ghetto mentality. You see, in the poor areas of every city, certain things just survive, brother. You got to look at it. Certain things like a liquor store, a laundromat, right? 7-Eleven, dry cleaners, cheap Chinese food, your local hamburger place. Why do these places still survive? Everybody else closing up, but these games survive because if you figured out how to sell to cats who don't have too much money, this recession actually increased the amount of customers you got. You were a deal when it was bad, and you'll be a deal when it's good, you dig? This is what I'm trying to tell you. If you gotta think, slow down your thinking. Now in the past you think, I'm gonna run out here and create fat farm. Well, I mean, hey, cats ain't really into that. But I mean, if you can do it, I'm not gonna knock your hustle. Go ahead. But what I'm telling you is, slow down and think real basic. Okay? What are the things that people need, not the things that people want? People need paper. People need toilet paper. You dig? People need plates. You dig? To eat food, utensils. You got to think at that level, because no matter what, good or bad, people gonna wipe their heinies, you dig? So if you were in there with the paper, you would win. And I know that sounds bad, but I'm trying to give you a good idea of where we should start. Now, the next part is think in terms of what the future may bring. We have a lot of baby boomers. They're turning 65. That's why that's why everything looked bad. Medicare, Social Security, it all looked bad because the whole generation about to take the big dirt nap. But before they go, they are going to be in these old folks' homes. If you line yourself up with retirement homes, you're good. The future is the retirement homes. If you line yourself up with health care, you're good, because the future is taking care of these cats. You dig? If you line yourself up with a funeral home, you're probably good, because, hey, we got to dig ditches, you dig? But if you're thinking about that, I want to do this and I want to do that, the future is really lined up, taking care of old people. The next 20 to 30 years is taking care of old folks. If you in that area, you're going to be just fine. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is the recession is bad for everybody. It's good if you never had nothing, because you learn how to live with nothing, and now you can build something from nothing. We're going to do God's work, you dig? But you have to sit down and think about how you're going to enter this game. There are things in your local community that will sell on eBay, brother. There are things in your local, your little walk-in area that will sell on PayPal, sister. You got to understand, you got to pick some of these things up and take a shot at it. See what you can do with it. Because I promise you, there's a lot of weird people in this world. And all this eBay and things have made you see is that there is a market for dirty underwear. You just didn't know, but there's a market for it. People want this stuff. So if you can supply it, take your time, look at it. You're going to be prosperous, you're going to make money, and we're going to come out this game on top. Now, like I said, to me, the recession is over in 2012. So buckle up tight and think. Take a deep breath, and if you survived the game so far, congratulations, but let's make chips. If you lost in this game so far, let's take this opportunity to build. Don't go back into the game you lost at doing the same thing. Don't write the same resume the same way. You dig? Don't go into this is an opportunity while you collecting unemployment for you to start a new job, to start a new business. I'm sorry, not a job, to start a business. If you can start a business, you can make a lot more chips. So like I told the young brother sitting over there in the barbershop, it's the dollar menu syndrome. They are teaching you what is moving, and what's moving right now? Dollar items. If you ran a 99-cent store, you go into Walmart, there's more cats in there than ever in your life. You dig? It was already hard to get something out of there before, but now they're all over the place. So think about that as you move forward in life. Think about these things, because I want you to capitalize. What we're here to do on the Rise and Grind show. Help you to take a deep breath. Don't get hit by the waves of what's going on. Stand on your own 2 feet and let's make this money, partner. Make your family good. Make your whole neighborhood good. Do for self. Never be in a position where we have to ask people for a raise. I got more podcasts coming that's going to really start to address this issue head on. Try to get you to understand the mentality of money. But right now, as I wrap it up, remember the dollar menu conversation. Keep that in your head. Stick it in your back pocket, partner. Replay this whenever you want to. As always, Rise and Grind is brought to you by my sponsors. I need you guys to hit them up. Pick up some condoms. It's only $2, brother. Pick up some condoms. You see what I'm saying? Free shipping and handling, everything else. Basic pack. If you need t-shirts and under, most men ain't taking care of themselves. They're not too hygienic. You need that. It's a little disbursement service. Send you one a month if you need it. And Talk Like a Man. This is a new service. I'm kind of interested in see how it's going to go. TalkLikeAman.com is trying to get people, and women especially, to really understand the mindset of a man, so they don't really, this hating of a man thing is going a little bit too far. You know what I'm saying? We're just cats trying to explain it back into reason. But until then, thank you for tuning in to the Rise and Grind show. It's your boy Daniel Freeman, and I'm out. Next time.